It's the Germany Experience, the podcast about life in Germany as seen through the eyes of outsiders. And I am here in your feeds with a very brief bonus episode to give you an update on the SEGEPADFO charity challenge. We have a winner, by the way. And to let you know when the Germany Experience will be back with regular episodes. So here we go. It's Christmas time, which means it's giving time. And so it's Expat Podcaster Rivalry Time. It's the Germany Experience versus the Expat Cast.
SEGEPADFO.
It's the second ever
SEGEPADFO.
Expat Germany Podcaster.
SEGEPADFO.
Advent Donation Face-Off.
SEGEPADFO.
It's SEGEPADFO. SEGEPADFO. I hope that you are having a wonderful and peaceful festive season. I've been taking a bit of a break from the podcast and from social media for a few weeks, and I'll get back to when the regular episodes will be coming out in just a few minutes. But first, you probably know by now that Nicole of the Expat Cast and I were going head to head in December to see who could raise the most money for our charity of choice. We called the charity challenge SEGEPADFO, or rather Nicole called it that, which stands for Second Ever Germany Expat Podcasters Advent Donations Face-Off. The charity we chose was Über den Tellerrand, and they bring together native Germans with migrants and immigrants to Germany through various events, usually focused on food and cooking. Now, we were supporting a project run by their Freiburg branch to build a mobile kitchen to improve their events. We had so much fun during this challenge. We wrote and recorded a jingle as a challenge. We recorded a promo together. I got to hear Nicole's trash talk, which is, quite frankly, always a pleasure. But most importantly, we were able to raise 410 euros for the mobile kitchen. And this amount helped put them over the point where they could start building this thing. And as Nicole put it on her update episode that she just brought out, we have helped towards creating something that will soon be a real, tangible thing. And I love that. Now, the German Experience listeners were able to raise 275 euros, which is incredible. And that means that the German Experience won. But together, as I said earlier, 410 euros just blows my mind. It's not a lot, maybe, in the grand scheme of things, but like I said last year when we did this for the first time, we're just two small independent podcasters. So to be able to make any kind of contribution like this just means so much, especially when it's got to do with a cause that Nicole and I believe in so much, which is about integration and acceptance of other cultures. So thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you so much. It's clear that Nicole and I have the best listeners. You're so generous, you're so supportive, and you don't know how much it means to us. And of course, a massive thank you to Nicole, without whom SEGEPADFO wouldn't exist. I love working with Nicole on this annual project, and she just brings so much energy and ideas to it that it makes it so much better than anything I could ever do on my own. So thank you, Nicole. I really appreciate you being a part of this. I love doing this, and I hope we get to do this again next year and make it even bigger and better than before. By the way, while we're on the topic of SEGEPADFO, we recorded a video promo for the charity challenge, and we had a surprising number of bloopers and mistakes, considering we're both hardened podcast veterans. Having all those outtakes, we decided that if we got over the 200 euro donation mark, we'd release the outtakes. Well, we did. And I have published the video on my YouTube channel and on Facebook. So go to the show notes and click on the link, and you can see our outtakes. And clearly, Nicole and I are both professionals. As I mentioned at the top of the show, I've been taking a bit of a break from the podcast for a few weeks. I've been thinking about how I can make it better, what I can do differently next year. So I have been and will be fairly scarce on social media until around the end of January. Now, in January, I'll still be putting out 2 special episodes of the podcast, and then I will be back with more interviews and conversations about life in Germany in February. And before I sign off for this year, I just want to thank my listeners, because without you, there'd obviously be no podcast. I appreciate it all so much, and I appreciate the fact that some of you have been listening from the beginning. Some of you are regular listeners. Some of you just check in every now and then to hear what's going on. I appreciate it every time someone listens to the show. You don't know how much it means to me. So I just wanted to say thank you. I've also, as I said, been thinking of ways to improve the show next year. And if you have any ideas or things that you would like me to consider, get in touch. Go to thegermanyexperience.de/contact or send me a mail at info@thegermanyexperience.de. I also just want to say that 2020 has been a rough year for everyone. And it's kind of good that it's over. And it might seem that there's more of the same. We're currently sitting in a lockdown in Germany. The numbers are still not great. And we might be thinking, is this how it's going to be for the long term? How long are we going to be like this? But I believe with things like the vaccination coming into play and several other things, I think that there is hope for 2021. And I don't think I've ever looked forward to a new year as much as I'm looking forward to this new year. We still have a long way to go to get out of this whole crisis, but there's a lot of reasons to be optimistic about 2021. So just keep the hope, keep fighting, hold your loved ones close, even if you are thousands of kilometers from them. I'll talk to you again next year. Auf Wiederhören.